The two remaining undefeated clubs in the CMAX Premier League go head-to-head. It's the Sturt Falcons versus the West Torrens Eagles in live softball action here at Softball South Australia. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching around the world. Eric Ballner, Sophie Roberts, and a funny-sounding Lana Kaesler, according to that graphic, and Lee Hull calling all the action. Sophie, of course, a player in the competition with Walkerville and on the Stars, and Lee Hull has seen literally everything since humankind started. Folks, how we doing?
Oh, thanks, Eric. Thanks for reminding me. It's an absolutely beautiful West Beach day.
Gorgeous day today.
Yep.
So these are the two top teams in the competition as far as the ladder goes. The 3 wins and 1 draw for West Torrens and 2 wins and 2 games for Sturt. Just like it seems to be every year, these two teams look poised to be sort of hanging near the top of the standings as the season goes on. What makes these teams so good, do you guys think?
I'd give it their batting lineup. Like one thing I've always feared about Sturt is their batting lineup. Like every one of them can hit. Sometimes other teams underestimate the lower part of the lineup, but they're the ones that get on, give themselves the base runners to then allow, the likes of Bell White, Sarah Tonkin to then just drive them in. And then, with West Torrens, they've got a formidable lineup as well, with Sophie Hoyle, Jordan Harris, Lana Kaesler, but then they've got one of the best defences in the competition as well. So you are going to be expecting some high-level plays here today.
It'll be a great battle, but excellent point. You covered that really well, Sophie. I think with Sturt, you haven't got them, no matter what. They usually get early runs, and you think, oh, like you said, we go down the bottom of the lineup. Wrong. Rachel Tonkin gets on base that many times. It's incredible for a number 9 hitter.
Sort of indicative of a couple of their results this season. They won their first game Sturt of the year 11-0 over Glenelg. Their second win of the year was a 5-3 win over Walkerville. Tash Straps had 3 hits. You were in that game, Sophie, obviously, but just like Lee said, they just kept coming at you. They keep coming at you throughout the game.
Yeah, and again, like Lee said, both teams, they're very aggressive, and both teams tend to score early. So they give themselves that extra wiggle room in the field because they've got those runs on the board. So it's going to be interesting to see who scores first. Now, Sturt are the away team today, so they're going to be batting first. So if they're able to get up and then keep West Torrens to nothing in the first inning, I think that's going to be a major win for them.
West Torrens have played the most games in the competition. They've played 4. They do have 3 wins. Their most recent 2 games they played, both against Walkerville in the last week. They won on Wednesday 8-1, but a wild game 5-5 just a week ago today where Walkerville came back in that last innings to tie it.
Yeah. One thing we do have a saying is that we are the comeback team. We like to leave it to the last minute and always with 2 outs. And I just find it funny. Every year everyone gets surprised at that. It's like it's literally our playing style. So that game last Saturday was fantastic. It was tight all around. West Torrens gave us, made it hard in the beginning. They scored first, they scored early, and then, we just like to leave it to the last minute, with Alicia Peters came up with a 2-run bomb, which was fantastic.
The Olympian and national champion Belinda White is not in the lineup today for Sturt. She's out at a wedding, I think, so she is not in the lineup. Maddie Cameron is back in the lineup in the middle, so it's still a very talented Sturt lineup, and they'll be buoyed by a starting pitcher in Chantel Ladner. She's on the national team. She's pitched 1 game so far, fly-in, fly-out player, and had a no-hitter in her first debut, an 11-0 win. She's as talented as they come in the country. Especially,
definitely. She played for New South Wales in the previous Gillies Shield that just happened, and she was familiar. We really struggled with her at the beginning of the tournament, but then, thankfully by finals we were able to get on top of her. But she's really shown her true colours. She was chosen for the Aussie team to go away to the Canada Cup, so she's really made a name for herself and is a formidable pitcher from the circle. And
she can bat too, because New South Wales in the Gillies Shield a few times just batted her as a DP, and they don't. New South Wales don't do that with players, just to give them a game.
West Torrens take the field. It's that formidable defense, Sophie, that you talked about. Lee, take us around the diamond. Who is playing defensively for the West Torrens Eagles?
Defensively, the battery is Harper Bridley to Amber Hood. First base, Kelsey Nucky. Second is Jordan Harris. Third, Sophie Hoyle. In the hole at shortstop, it's Lana Kaesler. And the outfield, Brody Brovnik at left, Alicia Marching at centre, and Jackie Bill at right. And they have a DP, it's Carly Allen.
Harper Bridley is the starting pitcher. You can see her right there. This is not her rookie season. She's already had that last year. She's just a teenager, but this is the first year she's asked to be basically the starting pitcher for West Torrens, and last year she had some very good numbers. I mean, we always talk about players like, Millie Fidge and young players across the diamond, but Harper Bridley actually had a better statistical season than some of the players like that, so she'll be looking to make a good resume for herself, and she started off well. 3 games, a 1.71 ERA. Batters are just batting .208 against her. She throws 46% of a first pitch strike. So a very talented player in Harper Bridley in the circle.
100%. And she was recognized last year as a rising star because she won Rookie of the Year last year. And that's just a testament to the to be able to come in, share the team, share a pitching position with, the likes of Steph Trzynski, and then come in this season. Unfortunately, West Torrens don't have Steph for the first part of the year. So Harper has just taken that on and been like, yep, I'm more than happy to do it. And she's shown in these first couple of games that she can do this job. She can hold these top order batters to nothing.
The Sturt lineup leading off will be Sarah Tonkin, followed by Neve Adams at 2, Maddie Cameron at 3, Natasha Straps, Chantel Ladner, and Steph Collett make up the middle of the lineup, and the 7, 8, 9, Indigo Back to Silva, Jessie Keach, and Rachel Tonkin. So 2 teams undefeated. We could have a draw theoretically, but maybe one team will be standing as the lone unbeaten team in the competition when we're all said and done. Harper Bridley, ball in hand, Sarah Tonkin at the dish, and we are underway in CMAX Premier League action, and it's a first pitch strike for Harper Bridley.
Yep, Tonkin's taking up the leadoff position again. She's really, made that position her own. If she gets on straight up, that's going to be a really good start for Sturt here.
We have some terrific leadoff batters in this competition, don't we?
We do.
Tonkin 4 for 7 to start the season. That's a .571 batting average. 7 at-bats, 4 hits, that will do the trick. All of them singles so far. Flared out to right field. Jackie Beal underneath it. One quick down for the dangerous Sarah Tonkin, retired.
Must have been a good pitch because Sarah doesn't hit that side of the field normally.
No,
it goes up the middle or
left
big shot
side.
left.
Yeah. That's good from Harper there, forcing Sarah to hit to a spot that she's normally not known for.
Neve Adams up to bat.
That's about the game, and you're a catcher of some note. You're calling pitches that they can't hit. Get away from their strength, Some people say, pitch to their strength. I'll tell you what happens if you do. It goes over the fence. Yeah,
100%. And with the likes of, Neve and Maddie coming up, you definitely don't want to pitch into the strokes because they can hit it hard and long. And especially, Maddie Cameron, she's hit a good old number of home runs, and you definitely don't want to let anything sit in the zone for her because she will crush it.
The girl's a strong girl, and she impresses me, Neve Adams, a rocket arm. So when you've got Bell playing at short and Neve at third base, if you hit the ball at the infield, I'm suggesting you need a motor scooter to get up to first before it.
Adams chopped foul. High caliber players top to bottom in the lineup for both of these teams. They are perennial contenders.
Consistent sides, isn't it? Consistency, that's what they give you.
I've rarely seen both teams have a bad game.
Yep.
Amber Hood catching the balls and strikes behind the plate, one of the top defensive catchers in the competition as well. Straight up in the air. Sophie Hoyle underneath, and it's 2 down, and both from sort of soft contact of balls just elevated in the air off Harper Bridley.
Yeah, Harper did well there. He was on a 2-2 count and just had that one sit up a little bit, and unfortunately Neve fell for it and just popped it up to a nice easy catch at 3 for Sophie Hoyle.
It's about patience batting, isn't it?
Definitely.
Because there's one that's going to have your name on it.
Yeah.
There will be one. It's just you've got to pick the right time.
Yeah, and
Maddie Cameron to the outfield. Jackie Beal, 3 fly balls, 3 outs, and it's a 1-2-3 start for Harper Bridley and the West Torrens defense to get out of the top half of the first.
That's a fantastic start from Harper there. To be able to get the first 3 batter outs all on fly balls just means that, you know, like she's hitting her spots well. She's forcing them to hit the pitches that they necessarily might not hit normally.
Yep.
And, yeah.
And typical Maddie Cameron start. Likes going after the first pitch.
Yes, she does.
Here's the West Torrens batting lineup, and again, talented from top to bottom. Jordan Harris, she started the season 6 for 9 in her return to the CMAX Premier League. Alicia Marchink batting number 2. Amber Hood at 3. Sophie Hoyle off to a very powerful start to her season, batting 5 for 11. Kelsey Nucky at 5. Carly Allen at 6. Lana Kaiser still searching for that first hit, but we know they'll come, and they'll come in numbers. At 8 is Brody Borubnik, and Jackie Beal at 9, who's batting 3 for 8 so far in the season. Top to bottom, relentless from the Eagles, as it seems to be every year. They'll put the ball in play. So, Lee, who's on the defense for Sturt Falcons?
Defense for the Falcons, it's our visitor from New South Wales, Chantel Ladner, pitching to Sarah Tonkin. Tash Traps is at first, Rachel Tonkin second, Neve Adams at third, and Steph Collette comes in and replaces Belle White, who's at a wedding, I believe. So, hope you have a lovely day, Belle. At shortstop, and the outfield left to right, Jessie Keach, Maddie Cameron, Indigo Beck to Silver.
Steph Collette, the big off-season acquisition, you can call it, for Sturt, moving over from Walkerville, a state player as well. So Steph Collette now changing shades of blue, I suppose, in the teams this year in the competition.
Yeah, well, she's got a hard act to follow, hasn't she, really, against Bell? I think anybody who takes up Bell's position is going to be in the same position. But she'll give it everything she's got. She's experienced and shortstop, that is, correction.
Jordan Harris missed most of last year, other than a handful of games at the start. Maternity leave, we can call it, for Jordan Harris, but she's back in the competition, and she has come out absolutely flying out of the gate. Chantel Ladner delivers the pitch. Was 3 for 3 in that first game. She can steal bases. She's got speed.
Can drop it short if needed, but then can also hit it long over the fence.
And that's what most lead-off hitters can do, can't they? Because she's spent most of her time as a lead-off, Geordie. Same with Amber. Amber Hood's another terrific lead-off batter.
Bit of a pick-your-poison type player, Jordan Harris. But she's working against Chantel Ladner, who only got a few innings in. She only faced the 13 batters in her 4 innings, and she's allowed a hit on the first batter of the game. Of course, Jordan Harris has it. She's going to round 2. She's going to take a look at 3. Ball rattling up, and Harris will stand up with an easy gliding triple. She probably could have pushed for home if she really wanted.
She probably could have there. Like with the speed she's got, man, she flies around those bases.
The chase by Indy, but she missed the cut person, and that was an opportunity there. But I think she'll settle for a triple, as you would.
Love a good lead-off triple.
Opposite field for Jordan Harris, too, and breaks up someone that went through 4 innings with allowing a hit. And Jordan Harris now 7 for 10 to start the season. What a start.
Another first pitch strike for Chantel.
It's her 2nd triple of the year for Jordan Harris, her 13th base in terms of total bases. And Ladner and Tonkin have to be careful here, because any fumble from behind the plate or pass ball, and Jordan Harris will score easily.
Easily, exactly. But that's great work from Geordie. She's already put the pressure onto the Sturt defense by just that one simple hit. So Chantel, and that's going to have to really work hard to try and sit down these next 2 batters, because, you know, got Alicia Marchik up to the bat now. Then you've got Amber Hood, Sophie Hoyle, Kelsey Nucky, Carly Allen, Lana Kaiser. Like, that is a middle batting order that is just scary.
Which a little bit inside. Good for Marchink to leave that off.
Good judgment, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely trying to work those edges here. I'm going to try and get a ground out.
She swings through it, so a swing and a miss for strikeout number 1, and tough to score that run from third if you don't put the ball in play.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing a lot of strikeouts from Chantel this game, because she can move the ball very well.
Amber Hood steps in, 3 for 7 on the season, but impressively 5 walks so far in the 4 games. She's normally being the leadoff hitter, but then you have Jordan Harris, who slots back in her return to the team, and you see why Jordan's back at the top spot.
Yeah, definitely.
Good trap there from Sarah Tonkin. Would have saved a run.
Definitely. Sarah Tonkin's got amazing glove work, so don't expect too many balls to be going past her.
It's a good pitch.
Definitely want to get ahead of this batter. No, but Amber's got a very good eye. She knows her zone, and she knows, you know, what's a strike and what's a ball for her. So she's wanting to try and hit this either just to the outfield or right side here, because even if she hits it to around second or first here, Geordie could easily score with the speed she's got.
Right on cue, Sophie, when you say that, there's a ball that, or a strike that was just called, that the reaction from Amber Hood right back to the umpire was, I know my zone.
Yep, yep.
Well, she stayed off of that one then, because normally when you get one you don't like and you turn and look at the umpire, then you swing at the next pitch. She didn't, which was good, because you get a bit, you know, just a bit flustered.
Yeah.
2-2 count. It was a 1-2 count. Now it's quickly turned full.
Yeah, Amber's done really well here. Is making Chantel pitch to her zone here. They tried to get her on the outside just the pitch before, which was the right call, but Amber's got to protect the zone here.
A protect me swing you probably just saw from Amber Hood.
Umpires for this game, I just run quickly around them. It's Michael the Flex Bendall. At first base, it's Peter Shoes Anyone Fairly, and at third, it's One Shoulder Grey Ian.
Do love the nicknames you give, Lee.
You do.
They're great.
6th walk of the season for Amber Hood.
Yeah, just tried the change up there, which wasn't a bad idea. Try and, you know, put off Amber's timing there, but with a full count, those are always a little bit of a gamble.
Sophie Hoyle already with 3 ribbies this season. She's got 5 hits, all of them singles, no extra bases so far for Sophie Hoyle, who's got quite a bit of power.
Yeah, definitely backing Sophie to score Geordie here.
She led the team in runs batted in last year and opened up with a really nice performance in game number 1 of the year, driving in a pair of runs.
Jessie and Maddie playing left field and centre field respectively are not too deep. Maddie's barking out the orders to Indigo back to Silver, just telling her where to position herself. Now she talks to Jessie Keats. That's excellent, isn't it, from your centre fielder?
I know, you love that. Maddie's just got that experience, so...
Up the middle, hard hit ball. Maddie Cameron dives for it and gets it. One score 2. So Sophie Hoyle hustling around to third. It'll be a triple for Sophie Hoyle and a 2-0 lead for the West Torrens Eagles.
That was a brilliant at-bat. That one just sat on the outside, watching the replay here. On the outside, Hoyle just gets her hands to it. Maddie Cameron goes for the dive to try and cut it off. Unfortunately, gets through, goes to the wall. That scores both Jordan Harris and Amber Hood. And Sophie Hoyle gets a stand-up triple.
Great look at the CMAX replay. If you want to advance medical technology and get paid for your time, log on to cmax.com.au today.
That's the start West Torrens wants here, to be able to get 2-0 up in the first inning with only 1 out. That's a great sign for them.
A runner at third base, so a ground ball in the right spot and certainly a fly ball should score this run.
100%. And Sophie Hoyle just did. They just waited for that pitch on the outside. They went with the ball where it was hitting the zone, both on the outsides. That one previous just went up middle.
Jammed a little bit. That won't score anything.
That's a good comeback from Ladner there. Get that out. But Carly Allen comes up. She can hit the ball, can score Hoyle here, but Sturt are definitely wanting this third out.
It's about patience, isn't it, Sophie? It's just when you're in the batting box. And before that, you need to know what this pitcher pitches. She gets beyond the count. What is her go-to pitch? That's what you've got to work out.
Definitely.
Well, what sort of book would hitters have on Chantal Ladner? She's a relatively unknown commodity in South Australia, despite some national accolades.
Well, under 19s would, because she was a really good pitcher for New South in 2015 when SA won the Shield here.
Well, Sturt definitely. Ooh. That's gonna sting.
Hit by pitch, so it's runners on first and third for Lana Kaesler, who starting the season 0 for 9, but one swing of the bat here can already dig Sturt in a huge hole.
They'll be back, though, I can assure you.
Yeah, Sturt aren't a team that gives up too easily. So Chantal played for the Open New South Wales team, so we faced her at the recent Gillies Shield.
Yep.
So Sarah Tonkin, Neve, Maddie, they'd all know her pretty well, what she pitches, what she can pitch, what's her best one. So they've got a good understanding of her. West Torrens, you know, they're pretty much similar in the same boat. You know, they've got Amber, Lana. They all hit off her at the Gillies Shield. So it's pretty 50-50, but they know they've faced her. They know what's the right pitch to hit off, and you've already seen, you know, Hoyle and Geordie have hit the correct pitches to be able to get those runs in.
Kaesler was going hunting for some runs on that swing. It goes through, so second strike on Kaesler.
Yeah, Lana's itching for a hit here. She'd be wanting to score these, hopefully 2 runs. But she's just got to be patient here. Chantal will throw.
Chantal's going to make a chase here.
Just fouled away, keeps the count 1-2.
Because aggressive batters like Lana just can't contain themselves forever.
Yeah. And all Lana needs to do here is just get an outfield shot.
Yeah, another
just
run.
Contact through the infield, and that's another run easily.
I don't know whether I'll be leaving that, but good
those
judgment.
Outside ones are a bit 50-50, but that was a good call from Lana. Just was a bit too far off the plate there. But right pitch for Sarah Tonkin to call, because if you've got a batter that's itching to get a hit, they tend to swing at those off the plate balls. I know I do sometimes.
Kaesler, opposite field. It is over the head of Indigo Beck de Silva. It scored 1 run. Kaesler stands on 2. Allen advances to 3.
Another missed throw to the cut there, so that could have been dangerous if it wasn't for Neve Adams backing up at 3. But that's exactly as I said, just wait for that one pitch, and all you got to do is just hit it to the spot that it's been thrown, and just like that, Lana Kaesler standing up with a double.
There's been some balls hit the right field already.
Yeah, I think Indy might have just lost it in the sun there, because it looked like she had it, and then just last second, she was just that couple of steps too far in, went over.
Great look at the CMAX replay. There's Coach Adams out there in the circle chatting to her squad. What kind of things would a coach typically say in these moments?
Well, this one thing that West Torrens know for, they're a momentum team. So when they have the momentum, that's when they hit more. That's when they score more. So that might have been more for just let's stop this. Let's just break up this momentum. We've got the one out. Or let's just, all we need is just the next two, and we've got this.
Brody Borovnik, the 8th batter to come to plate in this inning. Swings at the first pitch, trapped by Tash Strabs at first base. That retires the side, but hits to Harris, Hoyle, and Kaesler cash in 3 runs, and that is a handy start for West Torrens. Nice play from Tash Strabs on the CMAX replay.
That's a fantastic start from West Torrens. That's exactly, what they're known for. They're known for scoring first. They're known for scoring early and being really aggressive. So it's really up to Sturt now to be able to respond and get those runs back.
Yeah, the Eagles, once they get 1 or 2 of their big gun, so-called big gun batters going, it just seems to go down, doesn't it, through the lineup. And as we said, there's 8 batters faced. That's a lot of batters against a quality pitcher like Ladner.
Sophie, you talk about West Torrens being a momentum team. The momentum probably started in the top half of the first inning when Harper Bridley goes out in the circle, gets Tonkin, Adams, and Cameron just to get some lazy fly ball outs basically against them. And that got the party started with a really good clean inning versus a talented Sturt batting lineup.
Yeah, when you're a team that fields first and your pitcher gets 3 up, 3 downs of the top of the lineup of the other team, it makes you feel like at ease, because it's like, right, well, we got them out pretty easily. Now let's go back that brilliant performance up and get some runs in to then make it much easier for Harper this inning, because she knows that if one gets on, that's right, I've got 3 runs behind me.
West Torrens seem to rip off a double-digit win streak almost every year right now. It's just they can't win that last game of the season. That has been their bogey the last few years. First pitch swing to center field, and moving back is Jordan Harris. My goodness.
She made it look easy there.
Leg speed.
Exactly,
The
and
difference.
that's a tough spot to get, because it's in that between center field and that, but she had that all the way. She tracked that really well, and yeah, she's got the sunnies on, so wouldn't have had the problem of the sun there.
How many times do you see that ball drop in?
So many, so many.
Chantel Ladner up to bat. First pitch swing again. It's 2 pitches in the inning. Back to center field. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Interesting.
Marchink retires her with the catch.
Not putting much pressure back on this
No.
young pitcher.
Pressure on a 3-pitch inning right here.
Yeah, I think I'd
If you're a
be
batter, you just
going.
taking one right here,
Yeah, this.
no matter what.
Yeah, normally if the first batter gets out pretty quickly, usually the second batter is come in, take a good couple of pitches, make the pitcher throw a bit more just to try and break it up. Whereas, you know, like as you said, 2 pitches gone, 2 outs. Like that's not the position Sturt
economy
wants to be in. Yeah. Yeah, just Sturt, like Harper's not going to blow you by with pace. Like she hits the spot well, she's got a good change up and a drop ball. But you got to make her pitch. Like you've got to make her throw a lot, because more often than not she might give you a walk. So I think Sturt just need to take a deep breath, reset, wait until she's actually hitting your zone and what you want to hit.
2 pitches, 2 balls in this at bat to Steph Collette.
Yeah, because good point about Harper, because I've seen her in the games, the 2 games I think that she's pitched, and she got tired right at the very end, and that's when the multitude of runs, 3 or 4 runs thing.
Yeah.
So to go the first pitch, you're not tiring her out at all.
No.
First swing.
Yeah, and that just comes with age and experience.
Experience, that's right, yeah.
Certainly a good start, though.
100%.
Nothing hard hit in the first 5 batters faced.
Yeah, Harper will definitely have a little skip and a step here to be able to get, you know, 5 out so far very quickly. Like that just gives her the confidence. Like, yeah, I've got this. Oh, that was a nice little change up there. Unfortunately, it was a bit high, but I think that was the right idea there. Good call by Amber behind the plate.
It certainly had Steph buckled in the batter's box, so a full count.
Can hit the ball, Steph Collette.
Stays alive.
This is a good at-bat by Steph. She's making Harper throw a lot more pitches now. This is exactly what Sturt need.
This will be pitch number 7 coming up in the at-bat.
Add to pitch number 1 twice in the previous 2 hitters.
Driven to left field. What an at-bat from Steph
Great
Collette.
cut-off by Brody Borownik there. Takes it on the 1 hop and cuts Steph to only a single, which would have probably been a double or maybe even a triple if it got past her.
Can hit, as I said. Steph,
Brilliant at-bat by Steph there. She made Harper throw. She waited for that right pitch and has driven it left side to get Sturt on the board with a single.
Great look at the CMAX replay. It was, you're right, it was a great cutoff in the left field. I don't know if we'll get that shot again as Indigo Beck de Silva comes up to bat. Rare lefty in the competition.
Different challenge here for Harper. This girl is a natural left-hander, so she can pull the ball around Jordan's area, really give it a ride. She makes contact.
Nice look at the CMAX replay again there. The ball kind of snow-coned on her, too, and she ended up getting
Yeah.
juggled into her opposite hand.
Yeah, it almost looked like as it's bounced, the ball skidded slightly, so it's obviously come up a bit quicker than Brodie was expecting. So the fact that she was able to cut that off was fantastic. Sturt definitely wanting Indy to keep the momentum going here.
Here's Brodie, an Australian lacrosse player, can run.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
that sport, if you can't run, you can't play. You won't be participating. And run and run and run.
And a strikeout for Harper Bridley. It is her first of the day. Just the one hit to Steph Collette, but otherwise a very clean inning again from the teenager Harper Bridley, keeping it a 3-0 game as we get to the bottom of the second.
Yeah, she shook that single off by Steph Collette and immediately shut down the next batter for a strikeout. So fantastic work by Harper Bridley to start off these 2 innings.
Won't get any easier for the Falcons because Jackie Bill's leading off here, and she hit a couple of cracking shots on Wednesday night. I think probably as good as I've seen her hit the ball really hard, left side of the diamond.
Yeah.
And then you're at the top of the lineup with Jordan again. It'll be itching to go again.
Yeah, if Jackie's able to get on here, don't know if Coach Lamarie will drop down a sneaky little bunt, or she'll let Jordan hit away for another, hopefully triple again.
Well, Jordan's best bunt is a surprise bunt, like a squeeze play. I've seen her do that over the years. So when you can hit like that, as a coach, you're very reluctant to let her bunt here.
Yeah.
If Jackie gets on, of course.
Yeah.
Only, as I said, she does a surprise bunt, then you've got to get to the ball before she gets to the base.
Definitely, and by having, 2 really quick runners here in Jackie and Jordan, like they just put that extra pressure on to be able to get that throw accurately and fast, because they've got the leg speed to be able to hustle it down first and get an infield single.
Jackie Beal leads things off for West Torrens, 3 for 8 on the season. West Torrens yet to have a bye. They've played those Wednesday games. They've played Saturday games.
Yeah, I think West Torrens and us are the only teams that haven't had a bye yet. I think because Seacombe had the bye the very first round.
Falcons have only played 2 games at Sturt.
Yeah, I know. That's actually quite surprising. I think West Torrens and us are the only teams that have played 4. I think Port Adelaide have the bye this week.
They
I think
do have the bye this
we
week.
have the bye next week.
And again, another hit to right field. Jackie Beal on board. And the dangerous Jordan Harris coming to plate.
Just that pressure again with that leg speed, Lovely hit out to right field. Bindi tried to, sorry, not Bindi. Indy tried to go for the out at 1, but just that pressure from Jackie running up that line caused her to make the error. And now West Torrens have a runner on first base with the deadly Jordan Harris up to bat.
Yeah, Indy was in quick enough, but just got her feet in, like tangled up with the actual fielding of the ball, which made the difference between no chance of a 9-3 or a chance.
I think she was just thinking about the play beforehand. Just got a bit ahead of herself there.
And we all get into that, don't we? We all get into that.
100%, 100%. Especially with a rare play with that 9-3, but they don't happen too often.
No.
So you get a bit excited when there's a chance for it. Come around
Showing
for the
bunt, and this will be a tricky play. Straps makes the play at first. That had to be a perfect play for the Sturt defense to retire the speedy Harris. They did it. It was a credit to them. Nice defensive play.
Yeah, they came in pretty quickly as soon as Jordan came around. Tash Straps took that very cleanly. A nice throw to Rach Tonkin at 1.
Well, that comes under the heading of percentage plays. That's what you need to do.
Harris did her job. She advanced a runner in scoring position.
And the fact that she was able to lay down that perfect bunt after hitting a triple just is a testament that she's a team player. She's putting the team ahead of instead of her own stats.
Sorry, the pitch just sat there, didn't it?
It
just
did.
saying, hit me wherever you like.
Swing and a miss right off the noggin of Sarah Tonkin, who's just smiling as she's chasing after the ball.
That's why we've got the helmet.
She's a tough customer, though, Sarah, too.
Oh, she shakes everything up.
What nice manners, catcher.
Pardon.
Oh, pardon.
She's fine.
What about those 2 catches she took in the grand final? I still can see them. My goodness.
If I'm ever sad, I watch them. They just make me happy instantly.
I don't think Chantel Ladner feels the same.
No.
No. And a few of her teammates the same, like Taylor Titsakronis, who was hitting the ball at the time, both times, I think. But one was running back over her shoulder, over her right shoulder, and the other one, she just dived at the ball and it stuck.
2-1 count. Up high, so good hitters count for Alicia Marching. She struck out once in this game already, but 2 for 7 to start the season.
Well, the thing is with a quality pitcher like Ladner, she just won't fade away. She will just get stronger as this game gets on.
No, she doesn't get phased by this. She definitely has that experience where she can just shake it off and like, right, next batter, let's just get this one out at a time.
Strong girl, good build for a pitcher, isn't she?
Ladner calling time.
And the fact that Ladner can hit as well, so we'll hopefully see her back herself in the box a bit more today.
A crucial extra run for the undefeated West Torrens could be on hand here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think
walk.
if West Torrens are able to get maybe 1 or 2 more runs in this innings, it's going to be hard for Sturt to make a comeback, because 5 runs is tough. It's a big margin. It's not a big number, but it's a big margin.
West Torrens haven't allowed more than 5 runs this season. Walkerville scored 5 runs against them. As Amber Hood comes up to bat. And
going for the steal.
Oh, there's a
the
run.
ball slips away, and she can't jump on it.
She couldn't.
She couldn't yet.
Good thinking by Maddie Cameron. How quick was she in there from centre field?
100%. And she's an arm you're not going to go on.
Yeah, you're not going to go, and you're just saying, no, I'll put the cue in the rack for the time being. And
You can see Cameron charge in on the CMAX replay.
what Chantel needs to do now is
Throw is just
not
a
throw
little
the
bit
ball,
off there.
not throw the ball down or like that. Get
What
away
a
from the
block
catcher.
from Tonkin, who just put her hand up and prayed almost. Amber Hood, though, she already has a walk in this game and has scored. Well, West Torrens, like I said, they've allowed 5 runs only once this season. They allowed 4 versus Port Adelaide, but that was a game with 2 outs. Port Adelaide rallied to score 4, and even Walkerville's 5, that came with 2 outs in the last as well.
Yep. Good old 2 out. That's where it gets exciting. 2 outs are exciting.
So it's not like the 5 runs are given up early. It's a little too late for teams against West Torrens this year. Though it wasn't little too late for Walkerville. It was just late enough and just on time, but equal amount.
Yeah, nah, that was a good game. That was definitely
That's a good result for Sturt, I think. Because with only 1 out, if there'd been 2 out, I would have gone pass her up, get to Hoyle, despite Hoyle hitting the ball. Just play
put the
percentage.
force on.
Well, it gives you 4 options rather than 1 at the moment.
And also gives you an option for a double play.
Yeah.
Get out of this inning real quick, because they've got 1 out already.
The 7th walk of the season for Amber Hood.
There's always just like those players that, like, no matter what you do, like, they always just seem to get more walks than anyone else in there.
Amber and Georgia are 1 and 2, it seems to be every year, the 2 Hood sisters.
And she's got an eye like a dead fish, which is a technical term, but that means she sees every pitch that comes over.
Sophie Hoyle already has an RBI triple in the game today. She drove in the first 2 runs of the game when she had runners on base. Hood and Harris, she cashed in the first inning. Now she's got bases loaded.
Well, the ball's got to be caught. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
So definitely wanting a ground ball here to the infield to try and get that double play, get out of this as quick as they possibly can.
Maddie's in an interesting position at centre field.
Yeah, she's gone over to where Hoyle hit it previously.
Oh, looking back, save it, won't change this decision.
Does put 2 strikes on her, though.
You know, the thing I dislike as a coach is when batters nod as it goes over the plate.
Yeah. It's like, well, if that was a good pitch, why didn't you swing at it?
Yeah.
Reaches at that. Nice play at home. They get 1. Can they get 2?
They got it!
Play.
Oh, what a
What a good
fantastic play
pitch.
by Sturt there.
Adams to Tonkin to Straps, and it's a double play to get out of the bases loaded jam and keep this game in touch. Let's take a look at the CMAX replay.
Ground ball to Neve, throws it to home to Tonkin, and Tonkin turns around and throws it to one to get the double play. This is exactly what Sturt needed right there. Just that little jamming shot. You know, Ladner pitched it on the inside, jammed Hoyle up to be able to hit it towards Neve, who then throws it to Tonkin, who then throws it to first. Brilliant play.
Perfect pitch.
Brilliant play.
Situation, perfect pitch. Ball hit the infield, bases are loaded. There's the double.
One of those moments you'll look back at the end of the game and say, hey, if they got a hit here, or even if they just gave another opportunity to another batter in the lineup, they scored a couple more runs.
Yep.
Instead, this game went from being, uh-oh, for Sturt to, hey, we're still in this. You can probably feel that momentum in the dugout too, can't you?
Double plays will do that for you. If you're down,
100%.
it'll lift you immensely.
Yeah, you get a little high on that, and it gives you that feeling like, yeah, we've got this. So definitely Jessie Keach is the leadoff batter here for Sturt Falcons. She's wanting to take a page out of Steph's book, you know, wait for, you know, have Harper throw her a few pitches and wait for the one and then just drive it.
I'll tell you what, Jessie Keach has got a lot of strength for a rather smaller girl, but I've seen her hit the fence left field on the full. It was a couple of seasons ago, but
yeah, I think she's also hit one over the fence.
Yeah, well, she's got power.
Yeah, so Jessie's currently back this year from her college and that, so it's good seeing her back because she was one of the rising stars before she went over. And yeah, like, it's a great addition for Sturt because she's a player that, you know, she played third for them before she went over. Now she's out in the outfield, so it's really good seeing Keachy back. And she's fast. She's got some leg speed.
Bubbly type of girl, isn't she? Just what you need in the team.
Yeah.
Ball to opposite field, tracking over is Jackie Beal. She's been busy out there. That is her third catch, and we're into the third inning, and that's a tough spot with the sun out in right field too. Reliable
player, Jackie, isn't she?
Yeah.
Can play at second. Can pitch for innings and a half or two, perhaps. Might have undersold her there. 2.5 then.
Rachel Tonkin. 2 for 5 to start the season. She's another player that usually see her bat either 9th or 2nd. Both require a role to play, usually sometimes a sacrifice, and asking to do a couple different things of your batters.
Well, it's taken 3 innings for her to get a hit, swing the bat, which is rather unusual for Sturt.
Yeah, sometimes it only takes 2 innings for them to get through their full lineup, or even only 1. You always do love that as a team when you can go through 1 single innings and you've gone through your entire lineup.
To center field, Marchink makes the play. A lot of fly balls today.
Especially to that center right spot.
7 of the 8 outs have been by fly balls.
Yep. Tells you they're hitting the ball, but they're not getting it flat enough, obviously.
And it's not anything too hard hit either. It's not like they're booming shots that are caught at the wall. They're kind of that soft contact, center field, high enough in the air. Very good pitching from Harper Bridley.
And just about all of them have sat up there, haven't they? Just died on the trajectory and easy to catch.
Yeah, this is playing out very similar to our game versus West Torrens on Wednesday night. You know, like, they were just hitting it into the spots, and unfortunately all our hits was going into their gloves. And it was just frustrating because, you know, we weren't doing anything wrong. Unfortunately, it was just going straight to them, and they were the ones that were able to get, you know, just hitting those spots.
West Torrens have the luxury, if you are a pitcher on this team, of some superb defense over the years. Back in play, Kaesler couldn't trap that one down. It's a base hit up the middle for Sarah Tonkin.
It died. She looked like she had it covered, but then all of a sudden it just died.
That's good from Tonkin giving Sturt a base runner for Neve Adams.
That's where she normally goes, Sarah, up the middle, but usually a bit more powerful than that. Same result.
Abby Kennedy's come in as the catch speed up for Sarah Tonkin, as it is 2 out, so catcher gets a courtesy runner. Now Abby's got some wheels, so if Neve's able to get this to the outfield, that would be a good for them.
bit more discipline this inning, Sturt, I think, just taking a pitch or two, not just, there's a run at first, see if we can move around and get to Maddie.
A lot of first pitch strikes today from Harper Bridley in the circle. Driven to center field. This is hard hit. It's over the head of Marchand.
Here's the first run.
It will, stumbling around third base, but scoring anyways are the Sturt Falcons. It's an RBI double with 2 outs for Neve Adams.
What a strong hitter of the ball she is when she's gone. That was evident then.
And that just sat over the plate a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Then Marching did well to try and track back to that, but unfortunately it was just hit a little bit too hard, so it went over, but she got it in real quick to be able to hold Neve to only a double there.
The problem is, Sophie, when you throw the ball that just sits over the plate to the power hitters, it goes back with power.
Yeah.
And that did.
Great look at the powerful shot of Neve Adams on this CMAX replay. If you want to advance medical research and get paid for your time, log on to cmax.com.au. Another powerful hitter in Maddie Cameron up to bat. Can they keep the 2-out rally going for Sturt?
I'd pass her up here.
Yeah, Maddie will definitely wanting to replicate that hit.
You're on a hiding and nothing, because Neve will score. If the ball lands out there on the grass.
100%. With 2 out, Neve's going anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
And Maddie Cameron, with one swing of the bat, could tie the game. She's got that kind of power. Hard hit ball. She's going to cash in. One run for sure. Maddie Cameron with an RBI single and 2 outs, 2 runs for Sturt. And we've got ourselves a 1-run ball game.
And all I have to say is a repeat of earlier 100 messages on that. You see what I mean? There's no value in pitching to it.
No.
Because there's a run, and now the game's on.
And again, it was that same little center right gap that was hit. That's where all the run scoring shots have been hit today.
West Torrens retired the first 2 batters of the inning, but hits to Tonkin, Adams, and Cameron all up the middle have made it 2 for Sturt here in the top of the 3rd.
And as I said, more discipline in their batting now in this innings, and that's paid off big time.
Yeah, well, they've gone through the lineup once now, so all the batters have seen Harper. So now, they've taken in what they've just seen and what they know, so now they're being a lot more disciplined, like you said, Lee.
Yeah, well,
waiting for that one pitch to drive.
Only 1 run the difference now, and Tash, whatever she does here is going to be a bonus for Sturt this innings.
100%. It's got Ladner on deck, and
she'll be pumped up now, Chantel, when she gets in, and when she gets in the pitch.
Well, I'll tell you what, Neve Adams is making an early case to be the CMAX clinical performer of the game. She started to turn that double play when it was bases loaded and 1 out to get out of the jam to keep it a 3-0 game, then delivered a 2-out RBI to put Sturt on the board, and now has scored. Natasha Straps trying to level the ledger.
Patient batting. We've spoken about it before, Sophie, haven't we, and Eric? Just be patient. Pressure's back on them. Pressure's back on the Eagles now.
And you can see it, Eagles are a lot quieter now. Normally, when they have the momentum, they're loud, they're in your face. But now with Sturt coming back with only a 1-run difference, they've quietened it down there. They're a bit nervous.
And Harper doesn't have to be too fancy with the pitches. You don't have to go through the whole range. Just use your field. You've got a terrific field behind you. Make them hit the ball on the ground.
100%.
Good batting.
Good at bat by Straps there to draw the walk. So that's just showing the pressure they've just put back on West Torrens, and especially back on Harper, to be able to draw that walk after a run-scoring single from Maddie Cameron. And that brings up Chantel Ladner, the pitcher, who'll be feeling very happy now and hopefully wants to back her cause here by giving them another run to tie up the game.
See, I'd pass her up, even though Steph's a good batter. Batting next, there's 2 out.
Yeah.
Well, Ladner has battled a little bit in the circle today. She allowed 3 runs in the first. Bases were loaded with 1 out in the second. They got out of the jam, and now she has a chance to almost erase that, get back to level or better.
And as I've said before, Eric and Sophie, that if you get to be the DP for New South Wales in the Gillies Shield, you can bat.
And especially if you're a pitcher as well.
That's right, because they're not just going to put somebody in this DP to give them a run.
No.
Had a good swing at it there and tips it foul, so it'll just be 2 strikes.
What Chantel needs to do is just relax, and what she does here is going to be a plus for a bonus for him.
Yeah.
Don't overpower anything. Just make it land. Maddie will score. Tied ball game.
100%. All she needs to do is just break the infield, and that will definitely be a run scored.
You make it sound so easy, but it's a good pitch from Harper Bridley, who gets a critical strikeout with runners in scoring position. But 2-run score, all with 2 outs. And hey, you know what? If you're playing 2 undefeated teams here, you'd expect this kind of tussle. 3 runs in the first for West Torrens, and then they almost scored a bucket more. But Sturt rallied to make it a 3-2 game. And what a pitch there from Harper Bridley. That just rode up.
Yep, sat on the outside edge of the plate there and
excellent
just
call by Amber.
Sucked Chantel in, and it just rose that last little bit. So that's a great comeback from Harper there, and kept Sturt to only the 2 runs where they had potential of either tying it up or getting the lead.
Big plus having a very experienced catcher, isn't it? When you're a young player.
Yeah. It just gives you a confidence to know that, you know, you're getting backed by someone who trusts and believes in you.
We're 45 minutes into the game. These are hour-and-a-half long games. No new innings after 85 minutes, so still a little bit of softball to be played. Both these teams undefeated this season. I can't guarantee we're going to have a winner tonight. Kelsey Nucky leading things off. She was jammed. It went right back to the pitcher in the first inning.
Imagine how Chantel's feeling now. Really up and about, isn't she? Bubbly now. Look at her.
Definitely. Sturt would definitely be wanting a three down inning here.
Yeah,
get out quickly to go back into the batting box.
You mentioned that earlier. Get out of there. And, yeah, it happens though, doesn't it? Sometimes you get it, and then you get 3 up, 3 down.
Yeah.
You're just flying. You're walking on air.
Momentum seems to be the buzzword today. You saw it when it was bases loaded, 1 out. Hit over to second. Nice play from Tonkin, 1 down.
Reliable.
You saw that in the second inning. It was bases loaded, 1 out. West Torrens poised to score a bunch more runs. Neve Adams helps turn a double play to get Sturt out of the inning. They respond with 2. And now they, for the first time of the game, they get the leadoff base runner retired.
Yeah, and that goes to show, like I mentioned earlier, that West Torrens is a momentum team, but Sturt is also a momentum team. Whenever we come up to them or face them, one thing we always talk about is making sure that we break their momentum if they ever get it. And that's so today is going to be a battle of whoever has the most momentum.
Hard hit ball out to left field. A good grab from Jesse Keach, but runner aboard via Carly Allen.
I've just noticed that Sturt have made a swap there. Indy Beck-Silva and Jesse Keach have swapped from left field to right field. So Indy Beck-Silva is now in left field. And so she just picked that up, threw it into second after a nice shot by Carly Allen to get a lead off. Seems the ball seems to be following her today in this
Why
game.
do you think they made that change? I've got my theory. I'll tell you in a second.
Lana Kaesler up to bat. First pitch swing up the middle again. She's got 2 hits and 2 at-bats in this game. So her hitless start to the season is well and truly over. She's also got a run batted in. Right now it's the go-ahead run.
Yep. West Torrens are now a bit more up and about here. They're getting that momentum back, so Sturt really need to cut it this time.
The swap from left field to right field and vice versa, I think is because Jesse's a more experienced player. And as a lot of balls have been going out there, I think that is the reason.
First pitch swing
That's
again.
incredible.
That ball drops. The
I
bases
love that.
will be loaded or even more. Carly Allen making a charge to home. They couldn't pick the cutoff. So it's an RBI for Brody Borubnik, and the lead is doubled again.
Wow.
Just like that, didn't it?
3 swings of the bat in the last, those are the last 3 pitches, I think. We've seen 3 swings and now 3 hits and another run.
Well, West Torrens have obviously taken note that Chantel's, usually hitting that first pitch strike, so they're just getting on top of that and it's worked for them. You know, they've just scored a run, got two batters on the bases now, and none out.
Jackie Beal already has a hit this
one
game.
out.
Such an important out. Flawed in the air, diving over. That would have been a hell of a play from Neve Adams. She's won plays of the year already before. That was a great effort.
Watch that back on the replay. She read it really well, got a good first jump. Had it. Oh, just lost it the last second.
Steph Collette's playing too square and too close to second base for my liking for Jackie, because it'll go through that gap. Because see, sometimes when you fall for the trap when you get a left-handed hitter, you try and throw it outside. That's just what she's waiting for. She's just waiting for that. So you don't give it to her. You cramp her up and put it on the inside.
Fouled away again.
What a surprise.
Yeah, that's the exact spot she was hitting on Wednesday night, just that left field line.
4 o'clock. My spot, 4 o'clock.
Indy's too deep now. Left field, she needs to come on the dirt because it won't carry that far.
I probably wouldn't say on the dirt, but I bet definitely come in just a little bit
but you
more.
didn't. I did.
Big strikeout from Chantel Ladner. It makes a big difference for this next at-bat because Jordan Harris, at least you have one out to work with. Lee, do you pass her up and face marching?
Yep, I would.
Yeah, certainly do.
I'm said 2 out, and then you put Jordan on. Forces loaded bases here, so it just gives Sturt an easy option to just go any close base, whereas Jordan, you know, she just, you know, first at bat hit a triple, so she can easily score both batters and herself.
I said it on Wednesday night. They didn't pass run. She's hit it to the fence. Now, this is probably going to happen again here, and 2 runs will score, further 2 runs.
She started
Pass
the game
her
with
up.
a leadoff triple, Jordan Harris, back in the first inning. To the right side, it is going to score a run. Kaesler getting the wave around. There's a play at the plate. It won't be in time. It's an RBI for Jordan Harris, her second hit of the day. Lee, anything to say?
Repeat of earlier message. Many early messages. How simple a game it is. Play the percentages. Don't let her bat.
No.
Harris is now 8 for 12 on the season.
Oh, well.
Oh, my goodness. So they've scored 2 runs in response to the 2 that Sturt just put up. And West Torrens relentless all day. They had 3 in the first inning. They left the bases loaded off that double play in the second. And now they went single to Allen, single to Kaesler, single to Borovnitz, single to Harris. They were doing it with triples and doubles in the first. Now they're just keeping that wheel turning. And the Eagles have a 5-2 lead.
And to rub salt in the wound, you know what's going to happen now, because Alicia, like it happened on Wednesday night, will get out. She will get out. She'll either get struck out or just ground out the tash straps.
Yep.
And that only makes it, as a coach, that makes you think worse. Then, you know, you think, gee, she comes up with a shot, well, you know,
Good
fine.
on her. But
I'm saying she's not.
Runner going in kind of a stutter step. Good job from
Good
Tonkin
try,
to hold the runner.
Yeah.
good dive back from Brody there. Managed to get under the tag, but yeah. Jordan Harris took off on a delayed steal, trying to coax the throw, coming to try and score the runner from 3. But Tonkin didn't take interest and tried to get the pick off.
Base hit could bust this game open.
It won't be. Oh, that's just a prediction, of course.
Yeah, Sturt are really wanting to shut this down right now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'm going strikeout.
Well, I think a pop fly might happen.
Did she go? I don't think she did.
No.
Good block by Tonkin though. The fact that she blocked that, then got up that quickly.
Hasn't been a ball go behind today, actually, has there, from memory?
Not with
For
runners
either
on.
catcher. No.
Marching, choked up the bat a little bit, fouled it away.
Yeah, she's come around a little bit to shorten the swing and choked up the bat. just wanting to get the ball into play here, keep momentum going.
Message to Jessie Keats, you're far too deep here. She's not going to hit it over your head, I'm telling you.
No.
Ball almost slips away. Tonkin just blocked it enough. It's a full count.
Body puts her body beyond it, doesn't she, Sarah, all the time.
Fantastic work by Tonkin behind the plate.
Fouled away.
Great at bat by marching here, fouling off the ones that are close and, drawing the walk. She might actually draw the walk here, but...
She's getting her money's worth, isn't she?
Yeah, 100%. These bats are really frustrating as catches because it's like, right, well, you've hit all these ones. What do I call next?
It's a strikeout.
As Mr. Lee Hull stated, strikeout for final out.
Well, hate to say it, but I have it written down.
Well, it's all about, I guess, timing as the coach. You saw that in the last half innings with Maddie Cameron. They chose not to pass her up, and she drove a ball. She scored a run, kept the rally going. The next batter was an out. And then you see it again in this one. Jordan Harris, they decided not to pass her up, and she drives in 2 runs, and then the next batter was an out.
Seems a bit simple to me, this game. Just play the percentages, and that was the percentage. Do not let Jordan hit, because Alicia, in my opinion, wasn't going to hit.
No, I just love the fact that you already had K2 written down there, Lee, before
lucky,
that was even finished.
Lucky guess. Another lucky guess. 1, 2, 3.
Played 3. It's a 5-2 game. West Torrens a bit relentless with the batting. Sophie, I know you'll be with us for these next few batters. When do you have to head off for your next game? You tell us when. You can stay as long as you want or as long as you need. But who do you got this afternoon, and what do we expect in that game?
So we're versing Seacombe Tigers at 4 o'clock. I'm expecting a good game. Tigers have put on show, although they haven't had the results that they've wanted. They've definitely never been out of the game. Becky Havas has really stepped up, and she's definitely the leader in that team. She hit Jade for a home run on Wednesday night, which is fantastic on Diamond too.
She's hit Yo Grauer for a triple.
She's hit Yo Grauer for a triple.
Shot.
She's hit. Who did they play last Saturday? She hit another triple there as well.
She hit Grace Rickson for a triple
as well. Yeah,
she
hit Grace Rickson for a triple, so she's definitely a batter that we're gonna, she can go onto first base if there's any runners on, But yeah, I think Seacombe Tigers have, the fact that they haven't been in the league for the last 2 years and they've come back, and it's a young team. It's a really young team. Becky is definitely going to be a leader in that team. So the fact that they've still made a statement, even with, the results that are not wanted, it's just a testament to them, So I'm quite excited for it. I think it'll be a good game.
Steph Collett will lead things off, but a question to both of you here as a coach and a catcher next to me as Bridley deals the first pitch. And we're talking about passing players up. Obviously, it's the coach's final decision, and the coach has to make the call if you pass. But how much influence does the catcher have on this? Like, if you were catching and maybe Becky Havas was coming up to bat with 2 outs, and you said, you know what, can you do anything to influence that call as a catcher in that game, or do you just leave it all to the coach?
Sometimes I generally, if I think so, I'll talk with the coach beforehand. But if we haven't discussed it, I'll treat it like a normal at bat and have them be pitched at. But usually, if they're coming up and we're batting, I'll usually talk.
So you can flag it and make it a conversation.
Yeah, just but if say in the next game and Becky was the first batter up, we'd probably just let her hit away. But if there were runners on, that's maybe pose the question. I do sometimes have a look to the dugout, being like, what do you want to do? We generally have a game plan and a pitching plan that we follow throughout each game. But there's always sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes
Call
it
it to center field. Marchink settling under it. Has to go forwards, backwards, and do the nut bush and catch the ball.
The DP for the Eagles, Carl Allen's come in to catch. So Amber's having to sit at the moment. I can't see her out there.
Yeah, she's on the bench there, so I wonder if they've swapped and she's become the DP, or...
Could do. Just get this down. Offensive player only, yeah.
Right.
Indigo back to Silva.
She'd be wanting to get a hit here. Give Sturt a base runner. You know, Jesse Keach is up next.
Fouled away.
Different type of left-hander batter than Jackie Bill, isn't she? She's a natural left-hander, where Jackie is a right-handed person that's been taught how to bat.
Indy changed to left-handed.
Yeah,
she
Indy
used to be a
changed,
right-hander.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I can't remember her batting right-handed, but
Swing and a miss.
It's been a long time since she's batted right-handed, but she did start out as a natural righty and then made the switch. But she's come up as, like, it looks like, you know, she was a natural born like Pippa, who is a natural born lefty.
and they can pull the ball hard down the right field line.
3 strikeouts now for Harper Bridley as she retires. Indigo back to Silva, and every inning, Harper Bridley and the West Torrens defense have retired the first 2 batters. Now with 2 outs in the second inning, Steph Collett had a hit, and then 4 straight hits, or 3 straight hits rather, Tonkin, Adams, and Cameron. In the third inning, scored Sturt's 2 runs to make it 3-2 at the time. Good looking swing though from Jesse Keach, just tipped foul.
Flat swing, wasn't it? Real flat
And quick.
level swing
Bat
and
speed.
quick. Wrist there. Just get some power with that.
Well, Sturt are really wanting base runners here. And sometimes, like, all you need to do, instead of just trying to hit the ball into play, sometimes you might throw a bunt down, see if that gives you a runner, because, you know, Sturt have the speed to be able to throw a running bunt down. If not, you know, Jessie, Rachel Tonkin, she's coming up next. She's got the speed to put a running bunt down and get on. Sometimes you just got to be creative with getting those runners to then, for the top of the lineup coming up after Rachel Tonkin, to be able to then drive them in.
This was a very good turn at bat. Patient batting from Jessie. Coaches love that.
Yeah, might try to be a massive win if Jesse Keach draws the walk here.
Swing and a miss.
Good from Harper there. That was just on the outside edge there. Sucked Jesse into swing at that.
Full, isn't it?
Full count now.
Yep. Something's going to happen.
Yeah, so Jesse's got to protect the zone here, swing at anything close, but yeah, want to really try and draw that walk.
She might go up Harper.
Keach to the outfield. Jackie Beal's been busy out there today. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Catch number 4 in the outfield for Jackie Beal today.
That's what they wanted, didn't they? Quick innings, 3 up, 3 down. No addition to the score. It remains 5-2.
In the middle of the lineup coming out. So quick look at the CMAX Premier League standings. West Torrens lead the way with 7 points entering the game. 3 wins and 1 draw. Sturt 2 wins and no losses in second with 4 points. Port Adelaide, they've got 4 points as well. They're 2-1 in the season. Walkerville, they've got a win, they've got a draw, and a pair of losses with 3 points on the season. Hills with 2 points, 1 win. Glenelg with 2 points, 1 win. And Seacombe, they've been close in a couple games, still looking for that breakthrough win. They play Walkerville at the 4 p.m. game, and it will be Glenelg and Hills rounding things out the day of play. So if you want to come down and watch some CMAX Premier League, the bar's open, the cafe's open.
Beautiful weather.
I think that could be a really good game, that.
Yeah, Glenelg versus Hills, that would definitely be a pitching battle, you know, Jade Peterson versus Grace Rickson. That would definitely be a really interesting one to watch.
And Glenelg riding the high of a 6-1 win in the midweek games versus Seacombe to get their first win of the year. So I haven't remembered if Glenelg could win back-to-back games. It'll be a couple years since they've won back-to-back, hasn't it? So they got an opportunity to do that today and put themselves into a top 4 spot, although we are exceptionally early days right now. Hey, everything matters. We've had seasons that have come down to the final round.
Actually, I do remember one year, it was down to the final game of the
In the COVID
round
year.
game.
In the COVID, that's
and
right.
it was, you know, Walkerville versus West Torrens were playing on Diamond 2, and we had to win it in order to make the top 4. Unfortunately, we drew, so it came down to whether or not Port Adelaide won their game or not, and I think they were versus Glenelg or something. So, yeah, like, you're never truly out of it.
Amber Hood up to bat. She's got 2 walks so far in the game.
And that's the mentality you've got to adopt as a player. I mean, the coaching staff will, you would hope. But as a player, you just play to the last pitch of the game.
Yeah.
Comes down to run differential.
Yeah.
Or not,
Yeah.
runs allowed.
Shot.
Amber Hood.
Good shot. Amber.
Rattling all the way up to the
Going for a
wall.
triple
Amber
here.
Hood
She's
is going to round 2. She's going to get to 3 easily. She can stand up with a triple.
Another lead-off triple for West Torrens.
Yeah, well, Amber had the green light to go, and she did, and she read it well.
Well, no one in the CMAX Premier League competition has been on base more than Amber Hood this season. She's got 7 walks on the year. That's her 4th hit. 11 times on base already this season.
I know, she's just crushed that. And again, that center right gap, once again.
Gee, there's been some action out there, isn't there? And it's it's a still day. It's not as if the wind's blowing the ball there.
No.
It has been relentless on the base paths and at the plate for West Torrens from the first batter of the game when Jordan Harris led off with a triple. They scored 3 runs. They loaded the bases in the second. Sophie Hoyle was up to bat, who's up to bat now, and a great double play started on the 5-1-3 double play by Neve Adams at third. Hoyle straight up in the air. Caught. Oh, it's dropped by Straps.
Good from Hoyle there to run that out.
Yeah, she realised that.
That's the thing with pop-ups. You never give up because, you know, something like that could happen.
Yeah, she hit it. She was on the back foot when she made contact, Sophie, so it didn't go anywhere, but it was enough to get on base.
Oh.
And that's just what they don't want, the Falcons.
No, that's
Something
not what
like
Sturt needs right now.
Yeah, they're trying to keep this game close to try to mount a late game rally. There's Harper Bridley, who has struggled a little bit as the game's gone deeper.
Yeah.
Trying to deliver what could be a knockout punch is Kelsey Nucky. 0 for 2 on the day.
Like, you wouldn't think the difference of one player not being in the team would do much, but having Belle White not be here today, sometimes it's just that atmosphere that she brings. Like, I think this would be a time where, you know, she'd call time, bring the girls in, give them that little pep talk.
Off to the right side, Tonkin, nice play. Can they get 1? They got 1. They couldn't get 2, but a run does score. So it's a run batted in for Kelsey Nucky on the fielder's choice.
She's reliable, isn't she, Rachel? I've said it many times. She's just a reliable, steady player there.
Scoot that up. Right idea to try and go for the double there. But yes, West Torrens, Kelsey Nucky runs that out, so West Torrens end up getting another run, so it's now 6-3. So Sturt, sorry, 6-2.
6-2.
So Sturt are really behind here.
And they haven't allowed more than 5 runs all year, and now we are entering the late stages of the game. No new innings after 85 minutes. We've played 67, so there's every chance that this 5th inning, which they will have the top of the lineup comes shortly, for Sturt could be the last chance they'll have at it. Carly Allen down the line and just squeaks through to the outfield. And again, every inning they've had at least 2 base runners, and that trend continues.
God, I'm getting deja vu. This is exactly what was happening on Wednesday night with us against West Torrens, you know. Like, we were Sturt. Every hit we had went into their gloves when they were defense, but every hit they had, you know, squeaked by, got in the gap. And it was just really frustrating. So I feel a bit for Sturt here.
Balls just finding their way through.
Like, and that was all it was, you know.
Alana Kayser, first pitch swing, foul.
Neve Adams did her best to try and get down and block that, but it's just bounced over third base, so it's hugged that left field line and it just stayed in, and those ones are really frustrating.
Been a couple of those, haven't there, today?
Kaysler is 2 for 2 today with a double, a single, and a run driven in.
And the body language has changed, hasn't it, since she's had those 2 hits.
We're back, baby.
Yeah.
We're back in. And
yeah, she's just a lot more calmer now.
Chantel will be well aware of this.
Sturt really need to get him out here.
That's good judgment. Sarah thought it was a strike. So did Chantel. The person that was most concerned was the umpire, and he's the final say.
Yes.
I'll throw it outside and high and see if he can buy a catch out there to Jesse. Yeah, a bit higher though, I think.
I think she was trying to do it.
Yeah, trouble is if you keep the ball down low to a batter like Lana, she'll just belt it with power and it'll just be still going tomorrow, you know. Hit the fence, 5 or 6 bounces and crashing into the fence. It's the sort of batters that do that. There we are.
3 for 3 on the day for Lana Kaesler. It'll cash in one. She's rounding towards second. Allen will hold up at 3. It's a 5-run lead for West Torrens. It is 2 doubles and a single for Lana Kaesler. She's back.
Well, it was the right pitch, though, wasn't it? Got the ball up near to right field, but it was just a little. It just sat there a bit too long.
Sat over the middle of the plate.
Yeah,
It was a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Might have been trying to be a rise ball there, but it didn't break enough. And yeah, Lana's just kept her hands up to be able to then drive that to centre right again, that same spot, and has scored another run for West Torrens and put both batters in scoring position for Brodie Borovnik, who got a single before and scored a run.
They'll be cocky now.
Oh,
The Eagles,
100%, 100%.
Hard to shut them down here right now.
Nice look at the CMAX replay before. If you want to advance medical research and get paid for your time, log on to cmax.com.au.
Yeah, and it's just making West Torrens even more confident because there's none out. Like, so they've got 3 outs to play with.
1 out, isn't it? I've got
One out.
Why have
Yeah,
I
just
got
1 out.
Oh, no, sorry.
Sophie Hall was forced out at second.
Yeah.
Right,
On the fielder's
correct.
choice, yeah.
That's it.
Excuse me.
But still, only 2 out, and you know,
They did have
got
the error,
8, 9,
though.
then back up to the top with Jordan Harris, like threatening.
Yeah, Harris, that threat looming large. She's had a big day already with a single and a triple. Brodie Borovnik keeps the train rolling.
Center
Driven in the
right.
outfield, scores 1. Kaesler will score easily.
Third triple of the
Borovnik
day.
pushing for 3, and she's got
She's
it.
in! 4th triple for West Torrens today, and to that centre right gap yet again.
4th triple from the 4th different player. And now, are we in mercy rule territory?
I think so. Well, Sturt look like they're going to make a pitching change here, bring in Ruby Fidge.
Who would have thought? Chantel Ladner, she's an Australian team player, has been peppered all day. First inning, 3 runs. There was 2 triples in that. It could have been bigger. Remember, it was 1 out, bases loaded in the second. Sturt turned a double play to keep runs off the board. Then in the 3rd, they scored 2 runs thanks to hits from Allen, Kaesler, Borovnik, and Harris. And now this inning, a leadoff triple from Hood. Hits to Allen, Kaesler, and another triple from Borovnik. It's a lot of runs on the board.
9 safe hits, too much in the 4 innings.
Yeah, I mean, that's just daunting for Sturt. I mean, props to Ladner. She did well. Try and keep them as minimal. And unfortunately, again, West Torrens were just hitting it to those damn gaps. But, nah, Ruby Fidge has gotten the call up, so she's going to try and come in and shut West Torrens down. Because I reckon they should just stick right field into where Space Quake Sports and CBS line is, because that's exactly where the ball's been hit many times.
It's been going there a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah. Nothing's been hit. Besides Jordan Harris's first triple that went down the line, nothing's really been hit that spot.
It's just so hard to defend all that area, isn't it?
So Ruby Fidge will come up to bat, or come into the circle, rather. But West Torrens look well on their way to another victory to stay unbeaten through 5 games. And who would have thought that, I mean, Port Adelaide don't play today, so they have a 5-point lead already in the standings, which is hard to do. If Walkerville win, that will be reduced to 4, but they're going to have a minimum 4.2 game lead in the standings, and we're just 3 weeks into the year.
Yeah, and I think this is West Torrens sending a message to be able to, you know, they've scored 9 runs off an Aussie pitcher and, you know, forced her to come out of the game, bring in a younger girl. So that's just a testament to how they've played this morning.
Every player has been on base in some capacity for West Torrens. This is already the 3rd time through the lineup. And Jackie Beal.
New pitcher, I'd be taking some pitches.
100%.
Don't just chase the first pitch.
No.
Because that's what the pitcher wants you to do. You know, she's come in cold, replacing, as you said, a terrific pitcher like Ladner, and Just take your time, get your money's worth. It's all downhill from here.
How do you even choose a CMAX clinical performer from this Eagles side?
I know.
It's going to be hard.
Multiple hits. You got a single and a triple to Borovnik. You've got, and Borovnik had that nice play in left field, remember? You have 3 hits from Lana Kaesler, including a couple RBIs. Carly Allen has 2 hits. Sophie Hoyle has a triple and got the party started. Amber Hood has got on base 3 times with 2 walks and that leadoff triple to help get them to pull away. 2 hits to Harris. What do you do?
Can you give it to the whole team? Just give it to the whole team.
Oh, and Harper Bridley's played pretty well in the circle.
I know.
Beal up the middle. They'll hold the runner at 3, so there's 2 outs. But here we go. Jordan
Good
Harris.
Fidge there. Got the grounder, got the out. That's exactly what she needed to do.
Good start for her, Ruby.
And now brings up the threatening Jordan Harris.
Do you pass her up, Lee? If we're 7 runs at this point, do you even bother?
No, I would. It just gives you good practice at doing it in case you want to do it again. Poor Ruby's on the hide in the nothing here. She comes in, gets Jackie Beal out, who's been looking really dangerous, which was good. But now it's Jordan, 2 from 3.
Well, I think this would be a big test for Ruby here. See if if she is able to sit down Jordan Harris or not.
4 different players with triples on this West Torrens team.
Yeah, it tells its own story.
It has been a dominant display, to be honest, from start to finish.
Yeah,
And it could have been more if they cashed in those runs in the second.
I know. And the fact that they've scored nearly every inning is just like, that's just fantastic. That's a massive win for your team if you're able to score every single inning. I know that that's one of our little goals at Walkerfield. Like, we want to at least get at least 1 run per inning, because that means like you're still going well, you're tagging along, and that's just great work from West Torrens there.
Well,
Not
it's
a bad
walk to
result.
Harris. Yeah.
That's not a bad result.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Well, the 9th batter of the inning coming to the dish.
I expect to see Jordan steal 2 on this one, as it's a 1-3 split.
And I'll be letting her go.
Yeah, just focusing on getting Marchings out. Sturt have 2, so they only need the 1.
Amber Hood lurking on deck, who has a triple already in this inning. Time now ticking over. We've got 8 minutes till no new innings are called, so.
Good pitch.
Good pitch.
Yeah.
Looked like a little bit of an off-speed there.
Didn't look like it was going to be when it left her hand, but it was. It was a really good control.
Up the middle. Scooped up by Collett. That ends the inning. All 9 batters come up to plate. Another 4 runs are scored for West Torrens. We'll call it the pull-away inning because it is a seemingly insurmountable 7-2 lead. Not impossible, but not going to be.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough ask to try and make up that difference. I think this will be Sturt's last opportunity here.
Yeah, you'd think so. And there's only 7 minutes till no new innings. If they don't score a run in this inning, the game will be called anyways because it'll be 7 runs after 5.
Yeah. So Sturt are really going to need
third time through on Harper Bridley. So you'd think you got Tonkin, Adams due up. We'll see what happens. But so far, who's your clinical performer of the game so far in your mind?
Oh, God.
Kaesler
Toss
3
a
for
coin.
3.
You got a coin we can toss?
Yeah. Give us a hat, write all the numbers down, then we pick it out. It's just been a fantastic team effort all round by West Torrens. Everyone's played a role. Everyone's, scored a run. Harper's done fantastic work from the circuit to be able to shut down a really tough batting lineup of Sturt Falcons. Like, it's a team where everyone deserves that accolade today.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to plug for Lana Kaesler. She's been out of form, sadly out of form batting, and she's gone 3 for 3. Myself, that's
Lee's vote for the CMAX clinical performer of the game. We'll see what happens in this last inning. Do Sturt have a late, improbable comeback on them? We've seen crazier things happening.
Well, they've batted 4 innings and they've only had 17 appearances at the plate, which is not a lot for a side like Sturt. So full credit to Harper Bridley.
yeah, I definitely think Harper definitely deserves a very...
Some recognition.
Yeah, a lot of recognition today. You know, she's gotten a couple of strikeouts today, especially on
in
batters.
big spots. What about in the third? She had runners on first and second, and she struck out Chantel Ladner. If she has that base hit, Ladner, those were at the time, it was a 3-2 game. If Ladner gets a base hit, Sturt have the lead, and the momentum, your buzzword of the day, completely changes. That was a momentum stopper.
Yeah, that's the word of the day today, momentum.
We're on Sesame Street today.
He swallowed the dictionary, that man.
Don't ask me to spell it, though. I'll probably get it wrong.
Talking up the middle. Kaesler took a funny hop, and she made a nice play.
Oh, she read that very well there. Diamond one's a bit tricky like that. Sometimes the second bounce, it can either stay low or it can bounce high, but Lana Kaesler did a fantastic job watching that. Read it really well. You know, it did pop up just that last second, but she was able to keep her body behind it and then get it out.
It's Lana's day today. My goodness. Oh, Eagles' day today.
Eagles' day, 100%.
Sarah Tompkins, 1 for 2. She had a single in the third. Relentless every inning from the Eagles.
100%, 100%.
And they're 2 outs away from moving to 9 premiership points in the CMAX Premier League standings.
Yeah, I think my CMAX player would be Harper today. Like, she's just done fantastic in the circle.
That's fair enough.
That's all you want. You know, she's getting those grounders for her infielder play. Just like that.
Harris.
She's got the pop-ups for outfield to take nice, simple catches. Like, she has just done her job. She's not trying to, like, strike everyone out, as some pitchers do. She's just letting her field do their job.
Yeah, it's a great point. The Eagles have scored 9 runs in the game, but they've only needed 3. They've had a big day offensively when they really didn't need to, and that's all credit to young Harper Bridley in the circle, who's continues to put together a nice season. And other than that third inning where she allowed 3 straight hits, Tonkin, Adams, and Cameron had 3 straight hits. They scored 2 runs off of them. Other than that, it has been stifling.
Yeah, and Sturt are now down to their final out here, so in a few games, anything can happen with 2 outs. So maybe Sturt might be able to claw a few runs back, but I think West Torrens are going to shut this down.
She's retired her last 6 batters. Right after she allowed those 3 straight hits. Nice composure from the kid.
Good at bat by Neve Adams here. You know, he's making Harper pitch a little bit more, being very disciplined.
2 balls and a strike. Adams down to their final strike.
That was good from Harper. That was a nice
Yeah,
low
low.
pitch that stayed on about knee height. Those ones are tricky because, you know, they're in the strike zone because it's on your knees, but they're just that tad bit low where it's like you usually wouldn't swing at it.
To Kaesler, another hop. She juggles it, throws it across. It was a great effort.
Speed from Neve there. She was easily going to run that out. But again, another icky hop from Diamond One, but Lana read that well, got her body behind it, juggled it a little bit, and nice, beautiful throw to Nucky, but Adams was too quick to be able to run that out and give Maddie Cameron a base runner.
If that is scored a hit, and I think it will be, Neve Adams now has 2 hits on the day and turned that really nice defensive double play. She's played very well. Probably the CMAX clinical performer of Sturt's day, at least.
Yeah, I'd say that as well.
If you want to advance medical research and get paid for your time, log on to cmax.com.au.
On a prediction here, what about one going over the fence here right now?
I would love to see a Maddie Cameron home run today. I think that will just cap off the game.
That's what I was thinking. So let's go for it, shall we? Throw it up a bit higher, Harper.
I think straight over the CMAX clinical research sign there.
Opposite field.
Too short.
She's been good all day, Jackie Beal.
Commentators Kersley, buddy.
First time it's happened.
It's fitting that Beal takes the final out of the game. Umpires call time of game a CMAX clinical performance across the board from the West Torrens Eagles, who are now soaring above the competition. They have a 5-point advantage, and we're not even out of October.
I know. Like, West Torrens have definitely made a statement so far, being that they're the team that's, you know, threatening and going to be the team to beat this year.
4 triples from the Eagles, 3 hits from Kaysler, probably are, well, Kaysler and Bridley. Everybody was a CMAX clinical performer today. Like we said, final thoughts and takeaways of the game?
I think it was just a fantastic game all around. Like,
A lot of action.
a lot of action, you know. West Torrens definitely implemented that it was a team sport today because everyone in the team, you know, did something. And that, you know, Sturt weren't out of it the whole game. Like, they had their, they were in it a little bit, you know, getting the 2 runs in the third inning. But unfortunately, they just weren't able to capitalise on a few things. And again, they were hitting the ball straight to West Torrens gloves. West Torrens were just hitting it to the gaps.
Yeah, I endorse those remarks, Sophie. It was a surprise to me, even allowing for the fact that the state's best player, Bill White, wasn't available. I'm not quite sure how much she would have been able to stop that because it wasn't in that area. They were just going long.
But I think she might have had a little bit more hand in the bat. But I think just her presence would have definitely been missed today. Just that leadership that she has in the team.
Of course.
A big win for the Eagles, and that will wrap up our coverage of today on the CMAX Premier League. Eagles win this one 9-2 on behalf of everybody around the ballpark, all the camera crew and producer Brandon at Spacequake Sports. For Sophie Roberts, for Lee Hull, that's Eric Ballner saying see ya.